What's happening, my gorgeous subscribers and YouTube watchers? How you all doing? Just to give you an update, the Sony laptop has disappeared, or it's gone. So the winner of that Sony laptop took the money. So the arrangement was I sell it on eBay, less the postage and the fees, you get the remaining money. And it worked out to be £14 in the UK, and when I transferred it over it was $17. Hey, let me show you what happened. So here is the laptop that was listed, and this is the sold price. It went for $29.95. I'm not going to do a screen capture, I'm just going to use my dodgy camera skills, and it went on the 20th of August. So it sold pretty fast. And just to give you an idea, so if you do take the money, and that's an option now, so if you don't want to spend or pay for the customs on the other end because you're in a different country and you want the money instead, then this is an option for you. And I will put it on eBay, sell it. It might be, these laptops are not top of the range. I don't know how much the medium laptop is, but if you want the money, that is that. And then also here's the receipt for the cost of postage, which is $11.45. so $11.45 less off of the $29.95 is about $18.50, right? And then eBay took their fees, and then that left £14. So that was that, guys, and they took the money. So yeah, that's what happened with the Sony laptop. I thought I'd show you, be transparent, just to show you that I'm honest and truthful. And the payment, I made it through PayPal. That's the option you have now, guys. If you want the laptop, I'll send you the laptop, but if you are going to have to pay custom fees, I believe, if you're in a different country. If you don't want to pay those fees, also the other person said that sometimes the customs don't let the item go through anyway. So if you're worried about that and you just want to take the money and you're the winner, then that's the option. I will sell it on eBay, less the postage, and obviously eBay take their fee, and I'll pay you through PayPal. So I think that's a viable option. Happy to do that too. And yeah, let's get back into working with these laptops and this giveaway. So we managed to get the last laptop working, and I've already chosen a winner for this laptop. And the only reason I chose the winner is because they did exactly like, they ticked everything I said to do. So I said you could just leave a comment, and then like I said, you can subscribe, get a subscriber. You got to go subscribe anyway and leave a comment. And then I said additionally you get someone to subscribe, and that was about it, I think. So this person ticked every single box, and if you're starting to know it could be you, then yeah, get excited. That's the person I've chosen. It's not going to be a random one for this laptop. It's going to be the person who ticked all the boxes, and I will reveal that probably later in this video. But before I am ready to reveal that and give this away, I'm going to, now that we know this is a working laptop and all the parts are working and everything else, apart from the battery, which is still bad. The battery's dead or bad. I'm going to try this battery actually, but because we know the parts are working, everything's working, we're going to transfer those parts into, there's 3 other laptops of the same, so we're going to transfer the parts down and down and down and see if we can get another one working, and obviously that will trigger another giveaway, which I'll be happy to announce in the next video. Probably wait a long time for my videos, so make sure you turn on the notifications so you know when my videos come out. That's just the only advice I give you for that. Yeah, so let's get into it. And as you can see, this one's booting up nicely still, so it hasn't been on for a couple of weeks. It's good to see that boots up nicely, and I'm going to announce the giveaway for this in this video. So they've already won this has already been won, but we're going to use the parts in here first, see if we can get another one working. And I think these are in order now. This one turns on but shuts down, so I believe there's missing components in here. This one's just got a lot of stuff missing. Probably not so bad, but the DVD player is not working, and I think it doesn't turn on or do anything. So that's what we're going to do in this video. My plan of action for this is, and let me tell you guys, when I first started, I think I've been doing this now for the videos on YouTube. I think I've been doing it for like, I don't know, a year and a half now. I knew nothing about computers, and I've never worked on laptops when I started this series. And so far we've got 2 laptops working. I've built my own computer. I fixed somebody else's computer who didn't want it back, and is actually a part of the giveaway as well, but I need a UK winner for that, and no one's given me a comment saying they're in the UK. And also I think I fixed something else, can't remember, another computer maybe, possibly, but yeah, so far the track record is good. I also melted a PlayStation 5 controller, so that was interesting. But yeah, so far the track record is good. I'm learning a lot along the way, and I hope you're learning stuff, what to do and not what to do. We've been pretty lucky with the stuff that I have done. I mean, the first Sony one, all I had to do was sort of wipe the drive and reinstall Windows. I mean, that was something I learned early doors, to get a USB media download and then start using that to override other drives or computers. So you start from like a fresh install, and that gets you going. This one was just missing a hard drive, which we stole from one of these laptops, put it in, and it worked, right? And then we wiped the drive, and now it's a clean, fresh install. And we actually played a game on here, didn't we? Half-Life, which I had to figure out how to install. That's the other thing about PC gaming is, and the discs in the old days and that, and you had to put the disc in and the codes, and then you had to get the settings right, and then you can play a game. But yeah, that's all new to me, and I think that's why I never really got into PC gaming early doors, just because of all of that trying to work out how to get the game to work in the first place before you can play it, right? Plan of action is going to be shut this down, and then I'm going to use, I think we're going to go with this one first and try and get it working. Basically, I'm just going to go like from this side, undo these screws, see what's in here. I think this one's already got no screws. Yeah, so I'm going to put the hard drive in here, see what happens, turn it on and off, and then if that doesn't work, we'll see what's under here. I don't think this has got screws either. So my plan of action is going to be do everything systematically, and if we can get it working just by looking at these two components, because this is what I can see work accessible. If I can't get it working just accessing these sort of two panels here, you can see just I can get this, if I remove, once I remove this panel, I'll be able to see what this is doing in here. I believe this is where RAM goes. I mean, they're small, so there's a smaller RAM stick, but yeah, if we can see that, and if I can't get it working from there, then I think I'll just move on to the next one and then the next one, and if I can't get it working from there, then we'll start opening it up and seeing if we can see anything inside. But at the moment, I think that's going to be my plan of action. Let me know what you think, and if you see anything or you've got any ideas. If I don't get it fixed in this video, leave a comment to tell us. I'll keep these on hand, obviously, if I can't get it working, and if anyone has any ideas of what I should be testing and looking at, then I'll do that in the upcoming videos. Without further ado, let's get on to it. I think the first thing I'm going to do here, guys, is test this battery. So we know this one is bad. Whoever wins this is going to have to get a new battery if you want to use it portably. It works with just no battery and just plugged in, but I can either send you this battery so you can use it for reference, or I'll just give you the information. But let's see if this battery works, and if it does, then you do get a battery. Probably got no charge in it right off the bat. No. So we'll let that charge. So it's got a red light here. I don't know if you can see that. Just put the new took the battery from this one just to see if this battery works. It's got a red light. I don't know if that means it's bad, or if it's not charging, or if it's very low and it's charging. So we'll just leave that charging for a bit, see what happens. Alright guys, so this is the good working laptop. This is the bad working bad laptop that just turns on, turns off. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the covers off of both of these sections and just have a look and compare. So just took the cover off of this one. It's held in by two screws, and we know that this is where it houses the hard drive, and we know that the hard drive is working on here, but we did, I think, take it from here. But what I'll do first is, just because we've got a new Windows install in here, I'll just plug it in here. No, let me take off this first and then we'll see. Guys, so I've got the cover off of here, and it was held on by about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 screws that look like this, and I'm going to call these M really bloody tiny screws. That's what they are. Okay, and just comparing then, so we know the hard drive is missing, and inside here we do have RAM, and there's 2 sticks here and there's 2 sticks here. So I was hoping to not find RAM and thinking that was going to be an easy solution. Could possibly that the RAM is no good. So we know the RAM is good on this one, so maybe we swap them over and see. But everything else, just having a look, yeah, everything else looks exactly the same. I don't see any problems or burnouts or leakages from capacitors or things like that, which is what I would look for. I think what we'll do is we'll just swap the RAM out. No, what we'll do first is we'll try with a hard drive now that we have a fresh Windows, and then if that doesn't work, we'll try the RAM from in here and see if that works, because we know this RAM is working. And if that doesn't work, and the only reason it could be turning off and shutting down might be the way this heatsink is mounted, that we know happens on PCs. So could it happen on laptops? That's my theory. You let me know if not. So what I might do is I might take this heatsink off, and it looks like this is where the CPU is, because that's a heatsink, and I'm just going off the knowledge of PCs. So with a heatsink, I'm assuming there's a CPU under there. And the other clue was it says RAM and CPU on here. You can see that, so that tells me there's possibly CPU and RAM here. And I might just take that off, put some new thermal paste, or check the thermal paste, and yeah, put some new thermal paste and put this back. But let's do what I said first. Let's try with a hard drive. If that doesn't work, we'll try swapping out the RAM. Okay, so just undo the 2 screws. You'll be able to pull back, lift out, start from the back here, lay down flat and push in, nice, and then put the 2 M really bloody small screws back in. These are actually quite a little bit bigger, still bloody small though. And let's power it on and see what happens. Are you ready? Let's power it on. And it's turned off. Okay, so it powers on and then just turns off. Yeah. And there's a click here where the power button is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and swap out some of this RAM. I think you pull back on the tags here, yeah, then it lifts up and you can just slide them out. You've got 2 gig and a 1 gig. So you've got two gigs in this one, so maybe you need 2 gigs. Let's put the bottom on the bottom and the top on the top. Alright, so we've got the working RAM in the not working computer. Turn it on and see what it does. No, just turned off. Alright. Okay, so it's not the RAM. It might be the RAM. Might be more than one thing, right? We don't know. So it's turning off and turning on. I think what we'll do now is we'll look at this heatsink. Okay, so I've just taken the heatsink off and yeah, there's like no thermal paste on here, nothing on here, and nothing on here. The pads, there's 2 pads for these ones. Pads are pretty dry. I'm not going to be able to replace pads because I don't have pads, but there's absolutely nothing on that CPU. So I think we should do that. Okay, so I just cleaned up. This was pretty caked on, pretty hard, and it was quite raised. So I don't know if this was touching. It could be the problem. I'm hoping so. And yeah, we've cleaned up the die there. That's what that looks like. And I must not forget to attach the fan, which went here. That it wants to turn on but then turns off, so I don't know if that's because of a power surge and a heat surge and it's not dissipating and it says no, forget it. Might even be because the fan's not working. Would that do it? So maybe swapping out fans, we'll see. Alright, new thermal paste on. Let's see if we can reattach the fan. Tie them back up and we'll power it on and we'll see what happens. Everything's back on. We've got new thermal paste. We know we're making good contact now. And let's try and see what happens. Alright, it's powering on. So it wants to power on and then it just turns off. I don't know what that could be, guys. Don't know what that could be. So it wants to turn on but then just powers off. There we go. Look, I'm powering on, and then turns off. So we've got to go deeper. This is the deepest I've ever gone into a laptop. This will be. Alright, we're going deeper, guys. And the fan was spinning. I saw that. So the fan worked. So we got the working RAM in there. We got the working hard drive. We just saw the fan working. It's turning on but then just shutting down. What could that be? This is the first time. Obviously, as I told you, I've never experienced working on laptops or even PCs since I started the channel. So I am in new territory. What should I do next? I think we're going to have to take off all the cover, and it'd be good to take off the cover anyway. And if it doesn't work, then we'll start looking at the next one to remove parts over, see what's missing, blah blah blah. I know there's a screen missing or something, I believe, from memory on one of them, so we know the screen on here is good, or is in there anyway. I think let's go and open it all up and check the motherboard. Okay guys, so I have taken all the screws out around the perimeter of the laptop, and this casing doesn't want to move. Then there was a screw here and it looks like it's attached to the DVD drive, and then when you pull that, the DVD drive just slides out. So that's really cool and easy to replace and fix if we need to, or change it on another one. So that's really good. But then yeah, still doesn't want to come off. So some laptops, I learned, you need to attack from the top. Maybe I need to take this out first and then maybe the top comes off. Yeah, the top's coming off. I need to take out the keyboard first, so let's do that. Okay, so I was trying to get the top off, so it looks like it does come off from the top, but I got to this point and it just wouldn't move, and then this sort of popped up a bit and I managed to take this off. And this is exposed, this rail here, and it has a load of screws here, some screws attaching the keyboard, and this is all a good learning curve for me. And then some screws are touching this like aluminium plate here. But hopefully if I can get this monitor off, because this plastic piece, this whole top plastic piece goes under the monitor. So take off all these screws and see what we get then. Taking those screws off has allowed me to get this up, and that's got a ribbon cable that's connected here, and you can just simply lift that little tab and hopefully, yeah, pull that to release. So we've now got the keyboard out, and that's where the keyboard was connected, and I believe this is the mouse pad Do I need to disconnect it? Let's do it anyway. So now the mouse pad's disconnected, and yeah, I still can't get this up and out. So I'm going to take out the speakers. There's a couple of more screws and disconnect all of these connections. Still won't let me take it up, but I believe maybe this heatsink is going straight through. So I've just unscrewed it, and we're going to lift this up. And I thought I'd just show you to make sure, that I've got good coverage on it, so that wouldn't have been a problem. So remove the heatsink. I figured it out, guys. So I managed to remove this to get to the monitor screws. So I figured out how to remove the monitor, and that's going to get me access to 3 more screws that are at the back. I believe we've taken this thing completely apart. So I'm in total deep waters here. Never been this far into a laptop in my life. But yeah, just going to undo these 4 screws here that hold the monitor in. Hopefully the monitor then comes out and I get to those screws, and that will give me access to the full board. I don't know if I had to take everything apart like this, but I have, so let's do it. Alright, so then the monitor just comes off, the screen comes off like that, and I think we are ready, because I just tried to pry it here and it popped up a bit. And I'll try and check. Oh, there's a big crack that you don't want to hear. Is there anything attached still? Oh, this was snapped anyway, but yeah. Alright, so you don't need to take out the speakers. That's about it. You do need to disconnect. Alright, let's put this somewhere. And there we have it. This is the first time I've ever taken apart a laptop, and it still doesn't tell me anything. Where did the power go in? So the power comes in from here. There's a plastic piece on there, and then okay, so they must assemble it from the back side, because they screw everything down here with regards to the motherboard. But yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at here, guys, and it doesn't really tell me much. I'm just going to take a good close look. Oh, here's the subwoofer. Yeah, it's not really telling me much here, guys, but I noticed that there's a battery. Maybe we can change the battery. Okay, so we have a battery, but it's in some sort of plastic. I wonder if changing the battery might work. So we could do that. We'll take it from another laptop, because it's got some sort of plastic over it. I don't know why. Let's open it up. So there's a CR22032 battery. So it's a normal battery, and they've just soldered on, or they've kind of punctured welded on a positive and a negative. I don't know how I could check if that's live. I think I've got a meter. Okay guys, so I've just taught myself how to use a multimeter, and that was fun. So you put it on voltage, you make sure you're measuring voltage with the red, because I've got 2 other red slots here. Black goes into black, there's only 1 spot for that, and I put it on 20. Now this should measure 3 volts, and what I'm finding is that it's under. I'm getting 2.9, so that's not 3 volts, and I don't know how much under you can go before it becomes no good. But just for comparison, this is a Duracell normal battery, and this is a new non-Duracell battery, but it's a new battery, and this should be giving out 1.5, and it doesn't work in a device that I put in. So when I measure it, I get 1.36. So it's not 1.5, but it's 1.36, and you would think, oh, that's not too bad, but it doesn't work. And then when you measure a new battery, even though it's poor quality, you get 1.6. So it has to be giving out the right voltage that it says it should give out, and not under, I believe, because this one doesn't work. So, and this is giving 1.6, so this is over. And it, it says on there 1.5. So on this battery it says 3 volts, and it's giving me 2.9. So this battery could be the problem. I don't know how low a battery can go before it's no good, but if it needs 3 volts, then it should be giving out 3 volts, and it's giving 2.9. Now the problem with this battery is they've welded it on with these tabs, so I can't replicate that. So what we can do, if we can't get the other laptops working, we can check those batteries and see if that would do it. But that's a pretty poor design. I mean, how am I supposed to change that battery? You can't change the battery. Everything else about the laptop was quite a good design. It was easy to take apart. So I taught myself how to read a battery. How do I read if there's anything wrong with the power input or anything like that? So I'm going to take more of this away, and we can try and look at the motherboard. So what we can do is we can take a battery out of one of these other laptops, which means I'm going to have to take it apart, and that will also reset the BIOS as well. Doing this as reset the BIOS. So that's a good thing, which I like to do on all my computers, as you know. Just is a belt and braces step. That might not be the issue. So let's retrace back what was happening. We're turning the power on, it's booting up, and then suddenly it says, no, I'm turning myself back down. It's not an overheating problem, because it hasn't got a chance to get hot, and we replaced all the thermal paste on the CPU. I don't know if there is I don't know where the GPU is on this, so maybe that's what we'll look for now. We'll look for the GPU and see how that's being cooled. But my attention is being drawn to here. So here is the laptop. This is how that sits. And so here's the power button. So that's what we're pressing. We're pressing this. That goes through that hole and it hits that button there. So then it hits this button here. And that's got a very nice click to it. So I don't think these would be a problem. So that's not getting stuck, because as if, you know when you hold a button on power on only, and you hold it and then it turns itself back off, it's kind of like that, but this has got a good click to it. So I don't think it's that, unless this gets stuck. So when you press this, maybe this just needs to be cleaned around. So when you press this and it holds itself down and it's not letting that release back up, that could be an issue. So I could shave this down a bit. Just to make sure that it's a firm press, because it's not very firm press at the moment. Yeah. That's a good press. Now that wasn't doing that before. I think this button was getting stuck, guys, because that feels like a press now and it wasn't doing that. Alright. Okay. Or if not we can get a different, we can swap out this for the other ones, I don't know. So I think what we'll do is we'll clean this up. I really don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. This stuff is all stuck down. There is bits of crud everywhere. Anything could be shorting, I don't know. I really think that button, that didn't have a click before though, so that's a possibility for me, guys, because I didn't feel it click like that before. I don't know what happens when you put power into this board now. We can try it. So I have been learning a little bit. So you need to put this on ground, which is any one of these orangey type ones. If we check voltage, so ground, and then if we go to a capacitor, but I can't find one. So if I go here, no, that's not doing it. Alright, we just turned the machine on. I've just turned it on and the lights are staying on. Oh, I really think it's this button was getting stuck, guys. So now it's staying on. Oh, all the lights are on. Let me just check some voltage while I'm in here. Now it turned off, possibly because there's nothing attached. I don't know. That's interesting. So it turns on real good now. Did you see that? I got 5 volts there. Alright, so we're getting power through the board up to this point, up to this power button. And now it's turned off and it's saying flashing red. These are new things, guys. I really think this power button was just getting stuck maybe. I think that's the problem. Like I said, the click is good. When I was pressing the button, when I just put it back, I could feel the click, whereas before I couldn't. But let's put this back. Maybe I didn't have to take this apart, but well, I did to get here, I suppose. But interesting. Alright. I think we don't have to do much here, guys. We could get lucky again. I am going to attempt to put it back. I'm going to reuse this battery. I'm going to tape it up, obviously. and put it back in. Alright guys, just put the battery on, just wrapped it on with some electrical tape. We're using the same battery, and now I've got to try and remember how this thing went back together, which is going to be insane. Okay, so the battery went there, that was the first step. Let's put it all back together and I'll be back. Before I put these pieces back, I am going to clean right in that power button just to try and make sure it doesn't stick. And I may even shave this down a bit, this little nub in here, so that you get a good press and a good flex back. I think that was, I got a good feeling that was the problem. Alright guys, trying to put this back together. I have super glued the corner back together on this side, and yeah, I think this went in next. Alright guys, I got the screen back on. It was the four little screws at the back here under the screen that went on, and then the 4 screws here, the 2 screws on each side for the hinge, and then I did the connection. I managed to remember to pull the Wi-Fi wire back through here so it comes back underneath here, and then this connection, the speaker connection, and another 2 connections over here, and then you're done. I think that what went on next was the keyboard, right? So the keyboard, oh, let's not forget to connect the mouse pad. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 of the medium sized screws to go in, and then the keyboard can go on, and then you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 screws at the top. Those 4 screws are in, and then this piece goes on top here this way round, and I did shave down this little protruding bit, so I think over the years this doesn't flex back as much. Possibly this could have fixed it, and this somehow goes back in here. Alright guys, heat shield is back on, everything's back on. We need the hard drive, and we need to, I know the RAM is still there, and we haven't got any screws left over other than the ones for the cap, which is amazing. I definitely thought I'd miss some screws. I'll tell you what I have forgot. I don't think I connected the keyboard. Don't remember connecting the ribbon on the keyboard. So I'm hoping I can get back to that through here quite easily by just undoing this, taking those 4 screws out, and then I get to the keyboard ribbon. Alright, just like I thought, I didn't do the keyboard ribbon. So we got to put this on first. This is a bit tricky, but let me use both hands. Moment of truth. It's all back together. Now I did notice something else. You see how this is a little bit offset? So how this goes on, this panel here, is it goes in from the side and it slides, it should slide to lock in, but I can't get it to slide all the way. And that could be what the button problem was, but if it was just the button problem, then all I needed to do was remove this top panel and sort that out somehow. But at least I feel like I've got to know the laptop a bit better. So let's see what happens. Alright, it's powering on. Come on baby. Yes, it's lasted longer. It's powering on guys. We have a second laptop fixed, I think. I don't know what it's doing, but yes, it's doing more than what it was doing before. I literally didn't do anything other than I think I cleaned around the button. So I put alcohol obviously around the button. Oh yes, good sign guys. So that was because we took the battery off. That message there was check some date and time, so I've got to go into the BIOS, check the date and time. But hey, we have a second laptop fixed. I don't know, when I put the meter on and I read 5 volts, I have no idea what I was doing, by the way, so don't ask me any questions about that. So I was just checking, I'm learning myself, and it was the first time using a multimeter, and I found the 5 volt rail that was for the connection for the screen. But hey, we got a second laptop to give away, so all you got to do to enter is subscribe, get someone else to subscribe, and leave a comment. Any comment, good comment to leave would be where you're from, so that'll be a good comment, or anything about the video that you enjoyed. Yeah, literally I think the problem is this rail, and it won't slide all the way over. So that's it. Got another laptop to give away. Actually I don't have a hard drive for it, and I am going to stick the old RAM back in, so I've got to move the components back here. I've got to see if I've got a hard drive somewhere. If not, I'll buy one off eBay and I will get this machine running to give away now that I know it works. And yeah, second laptop. Again, subscribe, get someone else subscribe, leave a comment, tell me where you're from, and any other comments about the video, that'd be good. And all that's left to do now is show you who the winner of the first laptop was. And also, this came out of this laptop, and this wasn't in the other laptop, so I will be putting that in the giveaway one that I'm doing on this video. And it's time to declare who the winner is and let you know, so you can rest easy knowing that. So I have that laptop that's going to be, I'm going to show you who's won, and this laptop here is, you need to comment, subscribe, get someone else subscribe on this video. Sorry, so just to recap before I show you who wins the first laptop, if your laptop is powering on and then quickly powering off like this one was, I don't know if you remember how this was going. Power it on and it would look like it was going to boot up and then turn itself off. Check your power button. It could be stuck. That's all it was, I think. I believe that's all it was. I did take everything apart. I did clean it. I did reconnect everything. But all I think I would have had to do was just check this power button. Because when I noticed when I had it off, it was clicking very, like, quite noticeably. Whereas before when I was turning this on, there was no click. And that's the thing I noticed. Anyway, sorry to waffle on, but I thought I'd just wrap up the repair of how I did it. In my eye, I believe that's what I did. I don't even know, because I did take a lot of stuff off, probably unnecessarily. But yeah, let's confirm the winner. Let's do this. Okay, people, so we are on my YouTube channel, and I'm just going to show you if you are a winner. You can go to my Instagram link here on my front page, and you just click that link and you get in touch with me if you are a winner. So just showing you where that link is, and let's go and pick the winner. So we go over to YouTube Studio and down to comments, and the reason why I picked this winner and not given it and not done the random comment picker is because this person did everything, did all the steps I said to do, which was to subscribe, comment, and also get someone else to subscribe. And they were the first person and only person, I believe, to have done all of that. And I just felt like it's fair that because they're the only person or the first person that I was aware of that did that they should win this laptop first of all. The next laptop giveaways and stuff will go back to randomized comment picker. And yeah, so the person who did all of that is I am Rosny Sharma. So thank you very much and congratulations. I am Rosny Sharma. You are the winner of the laptop. Now you can decide whether, so there's Rosny Sharma on a YouTube channel, and yeah, super grateful. Thank you for everybody who entered and did the comments and watched the videos, and keep on doing it because I've got more stuff to give away, obviously. But yeah, huge congratulations. Shout out to Rosny Sharma, who said that they got the bestie to subscribe, and they also subscribed themselves, watched my channels, made comments, everything else. So yeah, super happy. Thank you very much. Now you can either have the laptop or you can have the cash, the money, the mullah. What do you choose? What do you reckon Rosny should do? Now, to help you with your decision, I have done some research on the laptop value. I'll just go to here. So on eBay, the nearest laptop I found, you can see I was scrolling through, but the nearest laptop I found on the UK eBay is this P8610, and our laptop is P7610. So it's a bit older than this one, but it went for £80 and £5 shipping, so £85. Obviously, you would get the cash with less the eBay fees and the shipping. I did check on this price, so I did manage to find the actual laptop, which is here, and the only one I could find was someone in Poland. So this is their Poland sale page, and they're selling it for 400 ZL. I don't know if it actually sold for 400 ZL. I guess that's Polish currency, but 400 ZL translates to £74 in English money. I would probably put this on eBay for £60, and then less the ship. If we got £60, it would be less the shipping and the eBay fees, so you'd be around about 40-45 bucks. But yeah, it may not sell for 60, it may sell for less, so whatever it is. So just to help you with your decision, you can either take the cash or you can take the laptop. Now I'm just saying that because bear in mind the last winner, don't know what country you're in, but you may have to pay custom fees, and I don't know how much that is, and also customs may not release the laptop or may not allow the laptop in your country. I do not know. I apologize for that, but I do not know how other countries operate with stuff being delivered from another country. I don't know, but it's up to you. You can either have the laptop, I will send you the laptop, you get in touch with me on Instagram, I've got to verify it's you, get the address and stuff, and you either take the money, and I'll pay that through PayPal once the laptop is sold. So you will have to wait for the laptop to be sold. So once again, congratulations to Rosny Sharma. You are the winner of this next laptop. I think that's the second laptop and the third computer I've given away. So next giveaway is obviously started on this video because I fixed another laptop. And yeah, again, all you got to do is comment and get someone to subscribe. Obviously, you got to be subscribed yourself, and don't forget to turn on your notifications button, because you never know when I'm going to put a video out. I do try and do 2 weeks, but sometimes it takes longer because the fix takes longer, and then I've got to edit everything, and I do everything myself. So yeah, make sure you turn the notifications on just so you don't miss a video, and you don't miss if you win something, right? So there you go. So again, once again, everybody congratulate Rosny Sharma. Get in touch with me on my Instagram page so we can keep everything private. Super. I'll see you on the next video, guys. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for participating, and I hope you continue to participate and continue to watch my videos, and I really appreciate it. See you on the next one.